We still them boys. We ain't making no noise, but we still them boys. uh, want to say good evening. Well, actually, it's good morning, ladies and gents. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, I don't have good news tonight. I keep saying tonight, but it's this morning. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Um, I've committed to making this channel work. Thank you to all my subscribers. We're growing. Channel is growing. So thank you so much. Not your ordinary cowboy fan. I am Juan Johnson, not your ordinary cowboy fan right here on YouTube. You can see me right now on my Facebook Live page, not your ordinary cowboy fan on my on Facebook. You can see me live streaming right now. Don't have good news tonight. And instead of me being upset, throwing tantrums, like some of my fellow cowboy fans, instead of getting upset and getting all crazy, I want to remind all of Cowboy Nation something. At any time you have a brand new coach, you got to work out kinks. Anytime you start anything brand new, I don't care if it's a car, I don't care if it's marriage, I don't care if it's life, I don't care what it is. The first steps have got to be calculated and has got to be orchestrated. Can I say that? Calculated and orchestrated. Maybe I should let in with them two words. Calculated and orchestrated. And right tonight, we didn't do any of that. For the third ranked offense in the NFL, which is the Dallas Cowboys, I'm wondering if there's such a thing as team fatigue. So I think that the offense has gotten this head that it's got to carry the whole game. I think they've tensed up, and you've seen it tonight. A horrible display. The special teams is the only part of our team that even scored until the fourth quarter, and we're talking about the number 3 offense in the NFL. Number 3. Let me read some stats to you. You already seen the game, so let me read some stats to you. Dak 24-39, which, if my math is correct, is about 65%, if I'm not mistaken. 72%, somewhere around there. Somebody do the math for me. 250 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But we're talking about Dak Prescott in the number 3 offense in the NFL against a backup quarterback. Somebody help me out. And I really feel like Schottenheimer got out coached tonight. And I understand, Jerry Jones has got some kind of announcement tomorrow, got some trade, today, got some trade already in the work, already done, got 2 more on the way, yada, yada, yada. Listen, 3 players is not going to change this defense. I'm all for, let me put his name up right fast. Let me put his name up so you can see it. So you heard it straight right here on my channel. You see this Matt Eberflus with these question marks. Go ahead and fire him. I had a thought right here before I came on live. And I'm going back to the 1980s, the 1990s. Those of y'all who old enough to remember that time. And football coaches. Football coaches now have this very stoic kind of, they're kind of looking around, trying to hold, this posture, I remember coaches that would get in your grill and let you know just where you stood with them. There wasn't any guesswork. Let me go over a couple names for y'all who are local in the Burke County, Morganton area, and see if you can't understand where I'm coming from. I had a coach by the name of uh, uh, um, Coach Knight at Freedom. Knight, Fred Knight. Fred Knight had these big old forearms, and if you wasn't up to snuff on that day, he'd take his forearm and he put it in your chest. And by the time your air came back in your lungs, you realized that you just got hit by the coach, one of the coaches, Waddell Irvin, Coach Irvin. Who else? Um, Richard Saunders, Coach Saunders. Boy, he did too. He had big old forearms, and they had a passion for the game. They get in your face. Let you know what's up. Pete Stout, Coach Stout, high school. Coach Stout would get in your he got like the best players, not the second or third string. He'd give it to the best players in front of the team, which was saying, I'm going to set the tone. I'm gonna let you know how this thing is going to go. What happened to them coaches? Where these coaches at? Well, they got to look all intelligent. They got to look like they're all together. They got to have this thing. Get in somebody's grill. Let them know you ain't playing right today. I'm gonna sit you on the bench and get it together. Where are those coaches? There's a Lions. I can't think of their coach right now. Dan Campbell. I like them kind of coaches. Why? Because a coach that will get in your grill and let you know what's going on, I believe is a coach that cares. And sometimes you got to do this in front of the camera instead of looking all stoic. And Schottenheimer just doesn't present to me right now as that coach is going to get in your grill and tell you what's what. And I really think you need to go back to Coach Irvin. This is Oak Hill. Oak Hill. Shout out to Oak Hill Junior High School. Coach Irvin with his sour cream and onion potato chips and his Mountain Dew. And they talk real fast. He talked real fast, but you know what he was saying when he said it. And when he said it and he meant it. Coach John O'Neill, ninth grade. Boy, Coach O'Neill would get in your grill real fast. Coach O'Neill, boy, he let you know where you at. And I think we need a coach that will let these millionaires know, hey, man, you're not playing good today. Hey, you need to tighten up. You need to work. You need to do some work. All these fumbles. Listen to this: 2 fumbles lost. Dak threw an interception. And Javonte Williams had 83 yards, but I think whoever this guy was as the coordinator for the Cardinals, he figured this thing out, and the run wasn't consistent. Dak had 34 yards rushing. Kevontae Turpin, I don't know what happened to him tonight. He just took the night off. I don't know. He just didn't look good tonight. Malik Davis had 3 yards. Lamb and Pickens had 85 and 79. So they're there. But I think teams are figuring out this two-headed monster. So now coaching is making adjustments on the fly so you can get your team in a position to win. Somebody help me out with this. If I'm missing it, somebody help me out with this. I got comments, right? Go to comments, talk to me. Let me know if I'm seeing this thing wrong. But we still them Cowboys. Hey, we still them boys. Now, let's put something real out there. We're probably not going to make the playoffs this year. And I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. I'm objective when it comes to my Cowboys. And the reason why I didn't start talking junk about beating Jacoby Brissett, is that his name? Jacoby Brissett. The reason why I didn't start talking junk is because I think the offense with the Cardinals looks better with him than with their regular starter. Little short guy. I can't think of his name right now. You know who I'm talking about. But I think the offense looked better under him. And that's why I didn't talk no junk, because you're going to have games like what you're seeing now with this team trying to find an identity defensively. The defense is horrible. Fire Matt Eberflus. Get him out of there. Get you 3 pieces. Get you a defensive end. Get you a linebacker and a somebody back there to play free safety. Somebody back there to play the safety. Somebody back there who knows what they're doing. Fire Matt Eberflus, started from scratch midseason. We've got 26 and we've got 27. I think I think things will get better. But listen, y'all, things take time. So listen, I'm disappointed, but am I going to go out there and start crying? No. Tomorrow will be Cowboy. It'll be Cowboy Tuesday. Be Cowboy Tuesday. And I'm going to still support my jersey. Be Cowboy Tuesday. The pundits are coming. I'm going to hear the mouth and the talking. That's all right. But let me remind you real fast of who we are. Let me remind you, just in case you forgot who we is. We still them boys. We still them boys. We still them boys. And let me keep it real with you. If I'm not mistaken, um, the Eagles we're still in second place, and the Eagles just have to collapse just once or twice. Now we got to win out, which makes it incredibly hard in the division. But the Eagles, they're catchable. I'm just saying right now that I'm not going to press my hopes up, and we're going to make the playoffs. No, it's probably a long shot at this point. It was 17% as of this game, and I believe Pro Football Focus. I believe it's probably down to 9%, probably 8% at this point. I got you. At the end of the day, we still them boys. We still got the probably number three. Probably going to slide down to number four after this game. For our it's still top five offense in the league. This defense is still historically horrible. I think the first team, if I seen this stat right tonight, the first team in the 21st century to lead to average 30 points and still be outscored in the first 8 games, if I seen that right. That is not a stat you want to hold on to. Hey, that's us. That's not a stat you want to hold on to. Brian Schottenheimer has going to have to get his team to play. And sometimes you got to introduce a little fire to your team and let them know we are them boys. It's time to make some noise. And until I'm tired of these coaches just got to look all stoic, and I'm tired of all that stuff, man. Show some passion on the side. You know what? We might need to bring Michael Irvin in before game day. Because I don't care what nobody say. I want Michael Irvin when when I go get ready to preach. I want Michael Irvin get in my ear and pump me up. It's something about his energy that brings the noise. I'm getting ready to work out. I'm gonna put Michael Irvin on my playlist. I want him to do some motivational something because seem like the passion is just not there for these Cowboys and all these sad looks on the sideline. And I'm so tired of. Listen, this is a game and it's a sport. Have some enthusiasm. Where's the chutzpah? Pastor George talked about one time. My friend, Pastor George Logan. Where's the chutzpah? Where's the? I don't see it. And until you get it, you're not going to the playoffs. You're not going to beat nobody in the playoffs, and you're certainly not going to win no Super Bowl. But things can change, and I'm still a Cowboy fan through and through. Want to say good night, good evening to you. And then just in case anybody is wondering if my head is low and tomorrow I'm going to be hiding, no, we don't hide. We are here, we, them boys. And let me go out just like this.